So a while back, most podcasters and or anybody who uses this software, Audacity, probably didn't realize that they got bought. They got acquisitioned by this company called the Muse Group over in Cyprus. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not sure where that is. I'm really bad at it. I don't even know where states in the US are either, to be fair. They got acquired, and on July 2nd, just a couple of days ago at the time of this recording, they released an updated privacy policy which has kind of set the internet ablaze, if you will. So in this video, I'm going to briefly make sense of it, what happened, what you should actually care about, what you maybe shouldn't, and then what you should do. Number one, the big thing in this policy change, and by the way, you can go read it. I got all the links in the description below. You can check it out for yourself, make up your own mind. Audacity, even the desktop app, is going to be collecting some of your data. Now, they're not going to like go in and immediately steal your social security numbers or whatnot, but they are going to collect your operating system version, your CPU information, your country based on your IP address, and some other, random stuff in there, as well as any information you give them in the future they're going to collect and store. And share. This is the part that a lot of people have gotten worked up about. Audacity is going to maintain the right to share your data without your consent to the following parties: to their own staff members, to any competent law enforcement body, regulatory, government agency, court, or other third party. That's very vague. That's not very specific. That's kind of why a bunch of people were kind of worried about this. The language itself is very vague, and we don't actually know what that means. And that's without your consent. They'll give your data without consent to any state agency. And they're not in the United States, by the way. They're in Cyprus, and they have an office in Russia, which we'll get to in a second. And outside of that, to share with our auditors, advisors, legal representatives, and civil agents, and to a potential buyer, like for a future acquisition. Who's that? What company is that? It's extremely vague. It's not specific, and it's kind of got people worried. One more thing also in the policy thing is storing their data. It also says something about all your personal data stored on our servers in the European Economic Area. However, we are occasionally required to share your personal data with our main office in Russia and our external counsel in the USA. So we're just giving that data all over the place to all these countries without your consent in some pretty vague ways. Now, my official recommendation, again, you can go read more. There's more to it than that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist per se. I am not overly concerned that they're actually doing something evil and malicious. I actually don't know if it's spyware yet, but this is my big point. No one knows. I don't know. You don't know. The developers who worked on Audacity and GitHub and kept working, they don't know either. Nobody knows how this is going to play out and how they're actually going to use your data if they actually do. Nobody knows. So if you use Audacity as your main podcast editor or whatever, I recommend you stop and uninstall. And I'm going to just throw Reaper out there as a viable alternative. GarageBand, another great free one. Reaper, also free. Technically paid, but you can get away using it for free for a long time. Logic Pro, Adobe Audition, whatever other DAW you want to. I uninstalled Audacity a couple of hours ago, and I'm going to recommend you do the same. Yes, there are probably going to be an alternative version some point in the very near future. A lot of forks, clones, if you will, have already been made of Audacity, but as at the moment, we don't know what's going to happen, and I'm going to recommend you uninstall. So there you have it, man. That's just like my opinion, man. Thank you for watching this very short update on Audacity. I hope you found this insightful. Go read for yourself, and I would also love for you to, go check out some of these other useful videos on my YouTube channel. Helps me out in the algos. See you later. Do you even blog, tribe? Adios.